Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Mavericks POV. I cut my finger, whatever. I want to get straight into it today. We're going to look at silver. Last week we went over silver, we marked up silver. So this week, or today, we're going to look at what happened, if those moves are still valid, and if we have to change those moves and directions. Right now, as you guys can see, I got XRP pulled up. I was looking at XRP. I got in a quick move actually last night, so I waited till it broke. Buyers got here, they locked themselves in, and I took it here. So we 11.45%. I trade a 15x, so that's a 15x just means I get more bang for my buck. I get more leverage. 15 times 11.45 equals percent equals so 1.7x. So that was a 1.7x on that move yesterday. Got out perfectly at this last little kind of significant level before this big drop. So before sellers took over here, um, obviously this is a big dip. So sellers took over here, and I was betting that okay, if they don't take over here, they'll take over here. So I kind of had it like this. Let me show you guys properly. Where's my thing? Okay, here it is. I was like, where'd it go? Boom. So I had this level. It was more of a mini one because it really started here. Like obviously that's where the sellers stopped really hard. They came back up and then they kept going. Came back up a little bit, but then it just pitfall from here. So I was like, one of these 2 points are going to show me where sellers are going to kick back in because right now, as a seller's market, it is a downtrending market for crypto. Don't let anybody fool you until it corrects itself fully. And as you guys know, that was a 4 hour. Always go on a longer term basis. So yeah, downtrend. Like this was that boom, 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 back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, buyer, seller, buyer, sellers, buyers, sellers, and then sellers taking over here. So let's go back. All right. Now let's go to silver. Let's go to our silver markup. I literally just wanted to show y'all this. Great move though. Great move. Got a good opportunity. You could have even took it down. I just was asleep. It happened at like 3 a.m. I fell asleep earlier last night. So let's say, matter of fact, no. After moves confirmed, sellers took over. Sellers took back over after this level. Right here would have been a good opportunity. And boom, boom. So far, 5% up, 5%. So, not too bad. A little over 50% gains. I didn't take the move transparently because I was asleep. Okay, silver time. This is gold. Yeah, we're still in this box. It looks like this is happening right now. We marked this up. You guys knew this last week if you looked at the gold video. Now we're gonna go to silver. Forex silver. All right, let's see what happened. So far, yeah, we're still in this box. We're still in this window, which means when you're in the box, when you're in between, when you're in the matrix consolidation, whatever you want to call it, when price is stuck and buyers and sellers are going back and forth, we don't want to buy there. We don't want to sell there. We don't want to make any moves there. We want to wait until it gets out of the pocket, out of that zone, that little matrix zone that it is. We want it to get out. So this is the matrix that I'm talking about. It's still here. We can go on the 4 hour because 12 hour. Let's see. You can still see it fine, but boom. So we're still in here. Point is, we're still in this pocket. This is what we're looking at right now. Until it gets below this and stop and locks itself in, or above this and locks itself in, we're still in this level. So I'm not making any moves on silver yet. Also, don't need to change this because nothing really happened. And yeah, what I'll do is I like to set the alerts, as you guys know. So I'll set an alert down here and an alert up here. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I don't really want to do nothing. See, I don't even know why these are here. Get these time frames out of here. Forgive me, I haven't updated that in a while. But yeah, so nothing much going on, nothing much to take advantage of. Still in the pocket. You guys can try and jump in and take moves on lower time frames. I don't do that, and I told you why I don't do that. Retail traders trade that way. Doesn't make sense to trade that way. It's not actionable for me because you got to stay glued to the charts. I saw this video I'm gonna actually make another video about this. They were comparing futures charts or futures, taking futures trades to forex trades, and for me, the charts look the same because I'm looking at a different time frame. But if you're looking at a retail perspective, I can see why you would feel that way. Retail perspective is those lower time frames. Data moves differently. There's manipulation, blah blah blah, yada yada. But if you really look at it, it's pretty much the same. But the chart is a chart, and there's really no distinction between the two. It's just a chart is a chart. You just look for the best opportunity on whatever chart you're trading, and you stay up on the higher time frames. If you're on the higher time frames, this is clear as day, right? We had this pocket here, and then as soon as it broke the pocket, boom, buyers took over. It had a little bit manipulation going on here, but then buyers kept going, right? Same thing here. It's back in this pocket again. If you guys looked at it, it came back in this pocket. Actually, it's funny. It's almost really back in this same pocket. But now it's created another pocket and it's going to go back and forth. And then eventually it's going to get out and go this way, or get out and go this way and do this. Right? We have all of our moves plotted ahead of time. We know what's going on. We're not going to be surprised about anything coming into the market. Once again, I don't need to change this for you guys. I just wanted to make a quick video to, I guess, catch up and see if I did, because I take Sundays to look at the charts and kind of mark them up and see. I have my whole other computer set up. I'll show y'all one day, but um, I take this time to look at the market to see what's going on, see if there's anything I need to adjust or change. That way, I don't have to be glued to a screen. I used to do that. Like I used to trade 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute, and have to be glued to a chart all day. And everybody's like, "Well, I don't have time for that." I'm like, "That's okay. If you change and adjust your mindset with trading and how you look at the charts, you realize there's always opportunity. I can figure out opportunity for the long term by looking at big term data, right?" So, one last example. If you just let's say this week right here, this was a perfect week. This happened. It closed on December 1st. The week of December 1st was the Monday. As soon as this level, as soon as buyers locked in above this level, you see where price goes to. If you trade like that on a weekly basis, bro, you're in the bag. And mind you, you could have bought physical silver and there too, because that was just a good sweet spot opportunity. But I'm talking about trading specifically. So regardless, if you wait for pockets like that and moves like that to happen, you're gonna find yourself well deep within the bag and not having to stress or worry about what you're gonna do with the trade, not having to look at it on a daily basis. You just kind of wait. Like as you see, one, two, three, four. Had this fifth week was kind of back and forth, but six came back, seven came back and locked itself back in in a very big way. There's a lot of value in one candle, and then you see this next candle went crazy, and then it even went up that week, and that's when this week reversed. At the end of this week it reversed, or at the middle of this week reversed, whatever. Matter of fact, why talk about it when we could look at it? Okay, so as you've seen, it was good, it was good, it was good, and then what? That's Thursday. So and literally Friday, the Friday of that week, the end of the week is when it reversed on you. But obviously, you could have got out because you could have marked your charts up properly. Either way, my whole point to y'all is if you start looking at the charts differently, you'll realize everybody can trade this way, right? Everybody can trade, even if you don't trade. Anybody could buy and hold, whatever the case may be. You could have bought physical silver, like I said. Anybody can find opportunity this way versus trying to get on these lower time frames and figure things out. It takes so much more bandwidth and brain power because there's so much more manipulation on the lower time frames. Manipulation, aka the banks and big money playing around on purpose to get y'all caught up because they know they're gonna they're gonna sell a lot of money and take y'all out, and they're gonna buy a lot of money and take y'all out. That's what they're that's their whole game, right? Is to This is a PvP sport, player versus player. It's them against you unless you're on their team. And I know when we used to play video games, you always wanted to be on the best person's team. This is what this is. I'm staying on the best person's team, and that's either the black or the white team determining or depending on where it's at in the market. So when I see this, I'm like, oh, okay, white team's taking over. Let's be on the white team side. Simple. When you see this big movement, it's like, oh, okay, black team has come in and done some damage. We need to reevaluate, see if we need to be on that team or this team. That's all, y'all. It's really not complicated. I'm hoping I'm explaining it enough. I'm trying to make these videos shorter because I've been making like 30-minute videos, and I don't want every single video to be like that. So regardless, yeah, we don't have much to look at today. Let's see what happens when the market opens. Maybe I'll do a recap tomorrow, Monday, because it's Sunday right now, the 15th. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for tuning in again. This is Maverick's Point of View, and I'm out.